Right. These are messages really for the space industry. I know the Earth and the world has gone and got itself in a position and a place where orbitals around the planetary body of our Earth is important, and building space stations and all the rest of it. Now I do know that we do have time, in the sense of being able to put together and being able to not just put together but also put the things that we require in space as orbitals without being affected by the expansion of our sun. But the expansion of the sun is something that will happen. It's a natural occurring event where the sun expands from burning hydrogen and into burning helium. And when the helium burns, it will turn our sun into a red giant. So the red giant will expand into a super large sun, but still with the same mass and volume that it's always had. And its corona may be closer to the Earth than it was before. Of course, the sun will still have an outer surface which will react and probably have solar flaring in places. Because of this, orbitals around our planet are going to be at risk, and the amount of money and finances which is being ploughed into items that are in space without having the possibility of them returning, right, seems a little financially insecure, because the expansion of the sun will definitely happen. Exactly when that's going to start to happen, that will determine on the amount of hydrogen that remains. And of course, with the knowledge of biocontainment, and I'm promoting the order of my own work, definitely. A biocontainment of a spacecraft that is used as a space station and an orbital that can return to Earth during the days or during the times of expansion of the sun will be of value. And also, during the days of the expansion of our sun, if we have reusable spacecraft in the sense of biocontained craft that have engines and thrusters and all the necessary arc type value, where you can build a spaceship of an arc and then fill it and then travel over to Mars. And basically, with the sun's expansion to a red giant, Mars is going to be more in a position of further away than Earth, because of it being on the outer side of the Goldilocks zone, whereas the Earth is on the inner side of the Goldilocks zone, closer to the sun than Mars. But Mars is in a position of being safer during the expansion of a red giant. Now I know that the effects in normal natural nature would be that the planetary body which is closer to the sun would basically be affected to the point where no life on it would ever leave, leaving Mars in its natural state of natural existence to evolve, giving Mars 100 million billion years of evolution. Mars as a planet, during an expansion of a red giant of the sun, would have 100 million billion years of development. 100 million billion years. Now, if you check systems that have got white dwarfs, you'll find that there is more than one planetary body that holds plant life. So you'll have the original planet, which was close to the sun, which is like our Earth, that will have plant life on it. Mars would probably develop after 100 million billion years into a planetary structure that would be able to support life. And because of life on our planet and the seeds of life from our planet that would be blown through the solar winds and probably seeded Mars in the first place, quite a lot of our atmosphere being blown off into the direction of Mars is probably being captured by Mars, which is probably why Mars itself is possibly on the up, and possibly in areas of terraforming. Natural terraforming is where another planetary body has evolved itself into an ecosystem. Solar winds take its natural gases and its seeds of life through to another planetary body. Mars is the only one where that is possible. Now that is a natural occurring event. Now the ecologist in me says that we would have to leave the Earth in its natural state and allow the Earth to basically go through all the necessary natural stages. The man in me who wants to save humanity says to build contained spaceships. If we go to Mars, which is a desired plan of America at the moment, we would affect the ecology balance of Mars. We would affect the natural growth of Mars. The fact that we're there though, as man, and the fact that we are more than likely from our planet seeding Mars's atmosphere and also seeding the conditions of Mars, it means that because we are more than likely seeding Mars with our atmospheric gases and our atmospheric exhaust, we are also seeding Mars with possibilities of microorganisms and microorganisms of life from Earth. As a scientist, if I could prove that Earth is seeding Mars through microorganisms and Earth gases, it means that we are already affecting the evolutionary growth of Mars. So if we're affecting, under full scientific conditions of proof, the conditions of Mars, then it means as man, we could move to Mars and not really be concerned regarding the ecology balance of Mars, because we've already naturally proven that the Earth is changing Mars's atmosphere and changing the conditions of Mars because of our own life growth. If that is true, and I believe it is true, then man would have every single right to live on Mars and not worry about affecting the ecology of Mars, because it's already been changed and it's already being prepared with our life and our microorganisms, which means we are already tailored as man to live on a foreign planet. We've already gone through the evolutionary process, we've already gone through the evolutionary stages. If man on Earth ignores the expansion of the sun and doesn't desire to leave, let's say, Mars would definitely grow in plant life. And that would be the early stages of the growth of Mars, and it would be the early stages of Mars. Now, during the expansion of the sun, we got written down, I know it's in scripture, and I know it's in things that people don't believe in, the evaporation of the oceans and the disappearing of our rivers. This is liquid water and a gas of an exhaust which will leave our planet, be ploughed through the solar winds towards Mars. And there will be a majority of these gases of liquid water that will be ploughed into the atmosphere of Mars. During the time of the gathering of the liquid water gases and all of the change of the states of the evaporation of the water and all of the movement from Earth to Mars, we may see an increase of liquid water on Mars. But this is only when we lose our oceans and our lakes and rivers that we will ever see the growth of liquid on Mars. Possibly. Because of the transfer and the natural process of transfer from one planetary body to another planetary body, like I say, we are already ecologically in balance with nature as man, which means we should be able to survive on Mars. Building these structures of orbitals wastes resources and wastes money and finances and cash. Building bio-containment of bio-sealed contained units as spacecraft and using these as orbitals around our planetary system is far better, because it means that during the days of the expansion of the Sun, we can take our orbitals of spacecraft back down to Earth and start ferrying people from the Earth and moving them to Mars for a much better survival rate. Now, if people believe in a new Earth and a new existence of a new planet, then the messages that I can see that have been given to man are these warnings. Now, I know a lot of people don't believe in faith, and I know a lot of people don't believe in the existence of faith because it means too much and it's difficult and you don't want to change the order of your life. I'm a man of a holy and righteous man, and I come from the very living seed of the heavens, and I am a messenger with messages to give to you as humanity. These are the messages to man. Now, you can believe them or not believe in them, but the science that I bring and the knowledge of science is real. So don't let humanity down, and don't let yourself down. Don't let the earth down, and we can also move in an ark type situation where animals and plants and various other terraforming capabilities, we can move to Mars. Now, I would like scientists on the global situation to start examining the reason why Mars is on the up. Then I need scientists to examine and prove that the Earth is seeding Mars. And once you've proven that Earth is seeding Mars, you can then prove in global ecology, by going to Mars, you are not affecting the natural growth of Mars, nor are you affecting the natural life that would grow on Mars. Nor are you ever going to affect the order of the natural existence of Mars. All you'll ever do is seed Mars with exactly the same thing that it's being seeded with already. Which also means that if there is natural growth of natural life, of evolution that comes from Mars, then you will be the scientist to be able to watch that natural growth evolve. So don't allow this new order on Earth to interfere with your security or your common sense. So let's not allow all this bickering and arguing that goes on get in the way of where we can literally build something and create a new existence of a new Earth. Now, it won't be a new Earth as in Earth, it'll be Mars. So this is the ecological examination that I have gone through to be able to encourage science to build these bio-contained spacecraft, because we're going to need them eventually. We're going to need arks, we're going to need to move animals, we're going to need to move plant life. We're going to need to move all the things that can't move naturally by itself. and everything else of our atmosphere and everything else of our liquids and our waters will move itself naturally. This is Michael Ian Hammond, ECO, and I am Michael Archangel from the heavens.